Hello everybody, it's me Phuong Linh here, and today I'm going to talk about how everything around us is just improvisation, and it includes this talk too, because I actually don't have like any scripts or like any kind of like things that I could read, so it's actually just improvisation like right now. 1. What does Reggie Watts mean when he says that everything is improvisation? I think Reggie Watts suggests that life is not just like planned things. It's like there are things that just happen even though we don't know that they will. For example, like there are just like funny moments, like weird things that they just come without you actually planning them, and then you would actually have to improvise to fit and adapt with that. How does he use humor and performance to challenge the audience's expectations at the beginning of the talk? I think that the speaker used humor and performance to challenge the audience's expectations. Was like he questioned the audiences, like what was their how was their understanding of the word normal or maybe appropriate or things like that, and then he forces his audiences to stay open mind, and they have to be creative to actually explain those words. In what ways does he show that everyday conversations are actually forms of improvisation? He explains that the conversations don't always have a script. People just like based on what they just said like earlier to actually keep on talking. For example, right now in this talk, I just based on the question that I just said, and then I just keep on talking and explaining and expressing my views. It's just like a form of improvisation. Why do you think people are often afraid of improvisation according to his perspective? People would normally want to like have everything in control and like in certainty, but then when they improvise, then it would just cause them like unpredictability, and then people wouldn't prefer that because it would feel a little bit insecure and risky. How does the Lego metaphor help explain the idea of reconstructing meaning of life? He compares the ideas of like playing with Lego. It's like reconstructing every time you try, and then it would show that everything is like very creative and it's not always fixed. Can you explain how improvisation can help people deal with difficulty or limiting situations? I think that improvisation could allow people to express their feelings and thoughts without having to think of what is right or wrong. And then instead of just feeling like stuck, then individuals could actually create new things and explore like new possibilities and stuff. What role does creativity play in turning the mundane into magic, as suggested in the talk? Creativity transforms like ordinary experiences, like actually just writing a letter, into something meaningful, like a new way of writing it, or maybe a better way. I just think of a new way, like really leafy. I'm not so sure about what I just said. It allows people to see, look into many perspectives, and then express what they were thinking without actually having to question if what they was doing was right or wrong. Do you agree that truth and perception are flexible and can be shaped through improvisation? Why or why not? I think I agree that perception can be shaped through like improvisation, because people actually just base on reality and then they try to like express their experiences. But then if you have improvisation, then your understanding of stuff will change, and then that will actually change the truth and perception too. Well, however, some facts remain constant, like water boils at 100 degrees, or improvisation just like help influences people to actually help us like understand those facts more. How can you apply the idea of improvisation to your own life, studies, or future career? Well, right now I'm still a student. I'm a secondary student, so I think that by using improvisation into my like studies, I could just express my views and then find out more, like it helps me think creatively when solving problems. Yes, it would also improve my problem solving skills, like when I improvise and then I get into something wrong, like I make a problem, and then I would just get like I would just improve my problem solving skills by just actually trying to solve that problem. I'm not so sure about the talk I just gave because, well, as I said, I just improvise, and I always improvise, like in all of my talks. It's just like I'm not so sure. Well, after all, thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.